Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you can see from the title, I'm doing kind of a little bit of a special dinner today, shall we say. I mean, it's really nothing all that special, but you know, just kind of a new series, just making a little bit more of a Sunday dinner that's, you know, maybe a little bit more prep, a little fancier, shall we say, than the normal chuck it in the oven and walk away kind of deal. So today, as you can tell, again, is going to be some blue cheese stuffed meatballs with spaghetti, of course, and a nice Caesar salad as well. And all of this is going to be completely vegan. Obviously, no animal products are making their way into this home and into my food. So if you want to just, you know, make some maybe a slightly fancier food than you're used to, you know, not just your ramen noodles or your frozen pizzas. I mean, hey, and there's nothing wrong with those things. But that's what this series is going to be about. It's going to be just about, you know, making a little bit of a nicer dinner that we can sit down and eat on a Sunday, you know, and enjoy the kind of tail end of our weekend. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and make the meatballs. So I'll show you all the ingredients here in just a second and talk about what I'm going to do with that. Alright, so as you can see, we've got some Beyond Beef here. That's what we're just going to make our homemade meatballs out of. So Beyond Meat is incredible, obviously. Anybody who hasn't tried it, I'd suggest you go do so right now. Actually, after this video. We've got this blue cheese, this organic and dairy-free certified vegan blue cheese from Nuts for Cheese, it's called. Now this is, you know, a pretty expensive little wedge of cheese, but I mean, you don't need a lot of blue cheese to get some flavor. So anyway, you can pause it there and read the ingredients if you like. There's really, I mean, you know, it's pretty much just like whole food, easy stuff, no craziness in there. So yeah, found this in our local grocery store. Actually, not the local one we just moved near, but the previous one. In any case, I mean, you probably get other options maybe where you are, but blue cheese, we're just going to take a little nugget of that and put them in some Beyond Beef. And we've got a few spices here as well, or some herbs and stuff. We've got some minced garlic, or onion rather. That's onion, not garlic. Wow, it even says it right there. We've got some parsley, we've got oregano, there's the garlic, and some pepper as well. So we'll just add a little bit of seasoning to the meatballs, and that's about it. So yeah, let's get to it. So here's what that blue cheese looks like. It's got, you know, I think that's spirulina, or, you know, some kind of a, I forget what the box said, but some kind of a seaweed or algae type of coloring, which also gives it some flavor. And we're just going to cut this in small little cubes for inside the meatballs. Alright, so pretty basic stuff. All we're going to do is just take a scoop of the Beyond, and we're actually going to make 2 meatballs out of this. Just kind of portioning it out a little bit so that we don't get carried away. And I'm just going to plop a little cube of the blue cheese in there. Sort of close it up as best you can. And then just, you know, lightly give it a little roll. And there you go, stuffed meatball. And we're just gonna oven bake these, you know, for, I don't know, I don't even know how long it'll take, to be honest with you, but it won't take too long. And of course, they don't actually need to be like 100% fully cooked, ready to eat, because we're also going to, you know, be making the spaghetti. So like, you know, when we're frying up the vegetables, sauteing the vegetables before we put the sauce in, we can put the meatballs in as well, just to kind of freshen them up a little bit and toast them a little, or not toast them, but like kind of fry them a little bit in this, you know, with the sauce and everything else. So I'll show you once I've got them all rolled up here and pop them in the oven. Alright, so here we go. We got a whole pan of them here. Just got them well spaced out. What do we got? We got like 1.5. We got 2 dozen plus 4. We got 28 meatballs here out of that pack of Beyond, and not even half of the blue cheese, because again, you really don't need to use much of that. So we're just going to throw this in the oven. Got it here, 350. I mean, honestly, this is not a recipe video. This is not a guide or a how-to. We'll probably just throw it in for like 10-15 minutes, just enough to like mostly cook them and check on them then. Alright, so here we go. They are out of the oven now. Looking pretty good. Okay, so a little taste test of this blue cheese stuffed meatball. Oh yeah. Wow. Even just that tiny little nugget of blue cheese in there. Oh, had so much flavor. So nice. Alright, so they're going to be great in the spaghetti. And we'll get to the rest of the meal in a little bit. Okay, so we're back and it's going to make the rest of the food here. So we got those meatballs done earlier. They're sitting here on the counter. And now it's going to make the spaghetti. So credit to Jamie, she has prepped some of this up, you know, ahead of time. So we're not going to have to like chop the veggies and stuff like that. But I mean, you know, that's pretty basic stuff. I don't need to show you how to do that. But anyway, let's get to it. So we're going to have a nice spaghetti dish with some Caesar salad and yeah, those blue cheese stuffed mushrooms. Can't wait. And we're also going to have some nice garlic bread as well. Jamie pointed out that I said blue cheese stuffed mushrooms, and that's not at all what I meant. Blue cheese stuffed meatballs, of course. Wow, where did mushrooms come from? Stuffed mushrooms, I guess? Maybe that, you know, like that's a thing. But yeah, it's not that. So first thing we got here is just, again, those chopped veggies I was talking about. Just some red pepper, some celery, and some onion there. So I'm just going to saute those. Simple as can be. And we've got a roasted red pepper spaghetti sauce we're going to use, and then obviously spaghetti, because, you know, that's what the dish is. And there's those meatballs just sitting off to the side right now. Not mushrooms, in fact. And then we've got the ingredients to make the salad as well. So the romaine is already, you know, pre-washed and drying there. I'll just have to cut it up and mix it. That's no problem at all. And we've got this really nice sourdough bread that we've already got buttered with a garlic butter. That just needs to go in the oven. All right, so the veggies are sauteing there. And although we did season the meatballs really well, I am going to throw some more onion and garlic in just to help fill out the flavors of that sauce, because you can't have too much onion and garlic. All right, so water is boiled, just about to put the pasta in. I just turned the heat off on the veggies and the meatballs because I don't want them to get overcooked. You know, really just want that still a nice crunch in the veggies. That's the way we like it anyway. And so while I cook the pasta, which will take, you know, maybe 8 minutes for al dente, just gonna bring this back up to temp with the sauce, and I've got the salad started. So really just chopped up the lettuce, and we'll, you know, mix everything together and get that kind of prepared over on the side, and then throw the garlic bread in the oven. That's what we're gonna do right now. Throw that in and then put the pasta in the pot, and everything will time out really nicely to finish up in like 8 or 10 minutes. So as that's boiling away alongside of me, I've got the salad, like I say. So just gonna, you know, mix that up and have it ready on the side here. Normally I don't mix that up until I know I've only got like maybe, you know, 5 minutes or so left, because you don't want it to get soggy or anything. So I'm just going to put the dry ingredients now. Got some homemade croutons that Jamie made, just out of some gluten-free bread, I believe. And have some cashew parm there we'll put on over top, as well as some homemade tofu bacon, which is really nice. So that's just kind of sitting there ready to go. I'm gonna put the sauce in, and again, so this is just like store brand here in Canada, President's Choice. That's with the like Superstore. I don't know, Atlantic Superstore I know is what it's called around here, but it's part of that whole family chain. I think you can find President's Choice across Canada in that particular chain. And it is just crushed tomatoes, water, roasted red bell peppers, onions, red bell peppers, salt, olive oil, herbs and spices, and some roasted garlic. That's it. So not bad at all. Just turning the meatballs and veggies back on. Add my sauce and let that heat up. Oh yeah. simple stuff. And of course, you know, you could make like a homemade sauce or something if you really wanted to, but I find this stuff is pretty good. Alright, so that's on. Just gonna heat that up. Pasta is just boiling away, so that's only got a few minutes. Garlic bread is in the oven. Gonna whip up the salad. Pretty much just see you at the table, I guess. The kind of routines that we want to get into as well with these is listening to some classical music while we have our dinner. You know, at least for this kind of Sunday dinner or whatever. So anyway, we've got a bunch of these Time Life record sets for various classical musicians. This one is Franz Schubert. I'm not super familiar with his work, but I do recognize some. But in any case, we're going to listen to a little bit of Schubert tonight, and that's going to start off with Symphony Number 8 in B minor, the first movement. Alright, so we got the table prepared. Garlic bread turned out beautifully. We've got our salad there, and of course our spaghetti and meatballs. And yeah, we'll just show you this when it's plated up. I'm gonna have a glass of red wine. We've got this this wine that's called Fat Bastard. It's in the freezer right now. Just like to chill it for a few minutes before drinking, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's a vegan wine from France. And Jamie does not drink wine, so she'll have something, but still get the wine glass, so that's cool. And just a little snapshot there of the wine. Fat Bastard, like I said, it's a Shiraz from 2019. Pretty good, and where does it say it? Somewhere along here it says vegan right on the bottle. There we go.